going to do, just repeat a few of these exercises as the riders are riding on their own off the lunge line. So first off, what I'd like you all to do is go ahead and stand up and forward over your horse. Again, even though they're riding independently, this still is a very good exercise to stretch out those calves, bring those heels back underneath, and to keep that good base of support. Remember, anytime a person's having trouble posting, getting their leg out ahead of them too much, then this exercise is an excellent one to help keep that leg back in the position where it needs to be a more balanced and effective kind of rider. Okay, so if you both would go ahead and just sit. And both of these young ladies do a very good job of staying nice and square and centered over their horse. But Mindy, why don't you just for demonstration purposes go ahead and lean kind of forward. Okay, you do have folks with trouble doing this, and Maria, why don't you go ahead and slouch back just a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of see if when they get out of position, they lose a lot of their effectiveness. Also, if they happen to be riding a horse that's not quite so broke, then they could also have some other problems of safety in that. So if you both would go ahead and just feel for that center point in the middle of your head, which helps you bring you back right to the middle over your horse, and feel how that can go ahead and straighten you back up and keep you nice and aligned in a correct position. Okay, let's both go ahead and drop your stirrups or drop your irons and pick up just a sitting trot. And then again, to do a really good challenge, because a lot of folks can kind of get so where they will just ride without stirrups, let's go ahead and swing those lower legs forward and back, forward and back. And at the same time, you're riding with your reins, but you can take your shoulders and roll those shoulders up and around, up and around. And now take those legs and swing them up so you're riding with your stubby legs. Take those heels up by your saddle and go ahead and ride with your stubby legs. And now I want you both to see if you can post from this position. Okay? It is a challenge, but it also gets you a lot of good balance and teaches you to post without using that lower leg. And you never want to do this very long because they'll wear out fairly quickly. Okay, and go ahead and lower those legs and then swing them forward and back, forward and back. Okay, you can stop your legs and both of you put your inside hand on the rein and let your outside hand go up with your thumb to the rear, and then do big circles with those arms. Round and around and around and around. And now take that hand straight out to the side with your palm up. Okay, bring it up by your horse's neck and then follow it with your eyes back there to his tail so you're rotating. Okay, and be sure you follow it with your eyes, which makes you rotate at that hip, rotate at your waist. And now you can take that arm and just hand and put it on your hip. And you can bring them down to the walk, and let's go ahead and pick up your stirrups or pick up your irons, and you can have both hands on your reins. All right, and one final thing we'll do here is to do our trotting exercise that works on with your diagonals. So go ahead and pick them up and ask them to trot, and just at a sitting trot. And then on your own, I will let you count the strides. So I want you to stand for 5 strides, post for 5, and then sit for 5. You'll stand for 5, feel the motion of that horse so it gives you an advantage to come down and be on the correct diagonal, post for 5, and then sit for 5. Just count those out yourself. These two are doing an excellent job of keeping their eyes forward, their chin up. Okay? You need to always be using your soft eyes looking out over your horse's ears, looking out beyond where you're going, because that will have a lot of helping with the direction of your horse. We need to ride off of feel and not off of trying to see which diagonal you're on or which lead you're on. As you learn to feel it, you'll be a much more balanced and much more effective rider. Also, as for a person working on diagonals, it's much easier to feel them in a circle than it is on a straight line. And so anytime a person's trying to learn their diagonals, be sure you have them going in a circle initially so they can feel it, because it will be accentuated in that circle rather than in the straight line. First off, I'd like to thank our two riders for coming out here and riding for us this afternoon, and so to demonstrate a variety of different kinds of exercises and stuff that can be used to help improve a person's horsemanship skills. I hope they gave you some good ideas and ways that you can maybe work for yourself or even some other riders that you might be working with. Thank you.